I'm back again with the Tucson. We got the rear door trim and the rear door speaker coming up. Alright, so you gotta get familiar with these clips and fasteners. There's a couple different styles. There's many different styles, but two involved with the trim removal. And so the procedure to remove the door trim and speaker, it all starts with this sort of triangular isosceles piece here. It's called the rear door delta inner cover, and it's fastened by one clip. So you have to pry that loose, and then these following steps here, there's 7 of them. It's 6 steps, but I somehow made it into 7. So you just disconnect your battery, remove the delta inner cover, one fastener, loosen the mounting screw. It's a Phillips. It's 1 screw. Remove the rear door trim. That's 9 clips. Separate door inside handle cage. Disconnect the window switch. It's just the electrical connector. And to install, reverse the removal procedure. So that's how you remove the door trim. And some tips: it's important to replace the clips when reinstalling. If not, water tightness, meaning leakage, or exit problems may occur, meaning when your passengers come in and out, the door may not close properly, so you have to make sure the connectors are connected properly. Make sure door locks and unlocks, open closes. Replace damaged clips or the pin type retainers that we've seen at the beginning of the video, and make sure the window glass works properly when you put it all back in place. Alright, so removing the door trim. We're going to start up here with the alpha, beta, gamma, delta inner door cover here. Really nice piece. It's good to vinyl wrap and maybe carbon fiber or something for a future video. But it's the delta inner cover. We remove that. It's 1 fastener. It just snaps right off. Just like that. And it's the 1 clip and 2 retainers holding the delta up in place. So we got the 1 Phillips screw coming up next. It's inside the door pocket here. You take that out, and then once you remove the Phillips screw, you got 9 or so retainers like this that I recommend you get just in case you damage. Retainers, you can have a spare, because remember, it's gotta go back in the way it was. So most of my Tucson videos, I leave links in the description below. Okay, so the door trim. If you go look at the bottom of the door trim, like right at the bottom of the door trim, there's a small cutout right here at the bottom. So that's where you start. If you're going to use a flathead screwdriver, then masking tape your screwdriver and then put it in there. You start there, and then once you get it started, you put in another screwdriver and so forth, and you can pry it all loose gently and slowly. Take your time when you do this. Then you lift up and out. Remember, you have your door lock cage and you have your connector for your power window, and you have your speaker connector. So gently remove the door not to tug on those harnesses. So here's a look at the beautiful speaker. I like it. I'm gonna leave it there for now. And power window motor. So I'm installing a subwoofer and I wanted to confirm which wires are for my speaker. And I have a line out converter for my subwoofer, so I just needed to look at the speaker wires and make sure that I know what's what. So the speaker is actually built into an enclosure. Looks like 4 Phillips screws fastening it in place. Alright, so Tucson speaker, OEM style. Here's the harness. I disconnected it and I just sort of peeled away the wiring so I could see the wires inside, and by the looks of it they're red and green. So I went into the side pillar and found the corresponding wires that were the same to the speaker wires here that we identified a minute ago. So just about the side trim, it's all push pins as well. No Phillips screws, but there is an order of operation. You gotta remove the door sill in the front passenger, then the side trim afterwards. And so once you get that off, there's a sort of like a little junction here where the wires go out into the rear door. So here's another look at that side panel. Those clips here you see are for the weather stripping. That just comes right off too. You gotta peel back your weather stripping a little bit to get that center door trim removed and get access to this harness. And I wanted to show you that the 2 lower wires in the harness are the green and red that you need for the LOC converter. The top wires are all for the power windows, door locks, and the bottom 2 are for the speakers. So what I did is I used a pair of T-tap connectors, red for 18 to 22 gauge, and it comes with a spade connector for one side. Once you lock the jaws on the other piece, then the spade connector just slides right on. So I left a link for the T-tap connector I used, and once I connected that in there, I ran it to my LOC line output converter to the RH, the right speaker. And then I'm going to repeat the process for the LH wires for the left side, left hand wires. Because the LOC comes with 4 speaker wires, and I'm going to connect 2 to the right, like I did here with the T-tap, and then 2 to the left. So that's for your speakers. It's 4 wires for the speakers, 2 for the right, 2 for the left, and then you got your power, ground, and signal. So this is for the speaker connections. Line output converter. I got this Rockville I'm gonna install. So alright guys, hope you liked my speaker video, door trim removal. I got some other ones coming soon, so don't miss them. Hit the bell, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.